Welcome back. President Cyril Ramaphosa has commended the late Tanzanian President John Magufuli for his commitment towards helping to build the African continent's economy. Magufuli passed away last Wednesday in Dar es Salaam hospital at the age of 61. Ramaphosa was speaking during the funeral service at Jamhuri Stadium in Dodoma, Tanzania. Although speculation is rife that he succumbed to COVID-19 related illness, government says that he died of heart-related complications. Magufuli is expected to be buried on Friday at Chato in Geita Region.
Nations of Africa are today mourning the passing of their own an esteemed leader of his people and a tireless champion of the cause of African progress.
Umoja wa Familia ya Afrika leo unaomboleza kwa kuondokewa na kiongozi mahiri ambaye alikuwa na maono ya kulikomboa bara la Afrika.
In President Magufuli, we have lost a true Pan-Africanist, a president who was unapologetic about being an African.
Tumempoteza shujaa wa Afrika ambaye yeye alikuwa amesimama kidete kulitetea bara la Afrika.
It is a little more than a year and a half since I was last here in Dar es Salaam at the invitation of President Magufuli for a state visit to attend the SADC summit.
Nikikumbuka toka alipokuwa amenialika hapa kwa mwaliko wake rasmi wa kitaifa wakati nikihudhuria mkutano wakuu wa nchi wa SADC.
I recall the warmth that we were showered with by President Magufuli and Mama Janet Magufuli as we sat down to strengthen the bonds of friendship between our two countries, South Africa and Tanzania.
Ninakumbuka ukarimu mkubwa aliotupatia pamoja na Mama Janet Magufuli katika harakati za kuimarisha uhusiano wetu kati ya Tanzania na Afrika Kusini.
I also recall the discussions that President Magufuli and I had when he came to South Africa for my own inauguration, and we discussed his vision for the development of Tanzania and for the region and for our continent.
All right, for more on today's funeral service, we're now joined by our correspondent, Isaac Lukando, who is in Dar es Salaam for us. A very good afternoon to you, Isaac. Thanks for your time. All right, so, of course, this seems to have been a generally well-loved president from some of the clips that we've sort of heard the last couple of days. Let's talk about the reactions coming out of Tanzania today as, you know, the country does bid farewell to its president.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me. Indeed, you have listened to some of the clips, or rather the clip, of President Cyril Ramaphosa, who was in Tanzania, or still is in Tanzania at the moment, having attended the last respect ceremony at the Jamhuri Stadium in Dodoma, along with 9 other presidents from African countries, mostly Southern African countries, and 2 other governments, the Rwanda and Burundi, being represented by high-ranking government officials. And what you see being said by President Cyril Ramaphosa is what has been echoed by all these other leaders from Africa, that indeed the late President Magufuli was a real Pan-Africanist. You hear this in almost every speech that was given, and there were about 12 of them, 13 including the one given by President Samia Suluhu Hassan.
Yeah, I mean, it seems as though even, with COVID-19 regulations having to be observed, that, the service was very well attended. Any surprise in terms of the dignitaries who were able to make it? Of course, our president, Cyril Ramaphosa, flying there to deliver a speech there. But in general, can you just talk to us about, who was sort of there? I mean, you spoke about who was represented, but were there any surprise about who was in attendance?
That is something very interesting. It was being spoken about by every other leader that came up on the podium to speak. They noted that all these people were represented there because of the way they had related to President Magufuli, and I think President Samia Suluhu Hassan spoke about this in her speech, that these people, of course, during a very difficult time to travel, they had left other state duties to make the trip to Tanzania to be able to see off what many whom saw President Magufuli as a friend. So just to take you through some of the countries that were represented there, of course, South Africa being represented by Cyril Ramaphosa, Naledi Pandor, the International Relations and Cooperations Minister, also there. You had representatives from Botswana, from Zimbabwe, Zambia, Malawi, Mozambique. Also there, the DRC Congo being represented there, all the way to Kenya, Rwanda, Burundi, all these countries in Southern Africa being represented there, not forgetting Namibia on that list. Zambia also there. All these presidents were represented there, showing their solidarity to the nation of Tanzania.
Yeah, Isaac.
So that's a bit of a picture. So given the relationship that President...
Yeah, sorry, Isaac, to come in there. I do understand that today isn't exactly the end of it, although it was seen as a funeral service, and of course the casket being there as well. But he is not, in fact, going to be laid to rest today. As I understand, the body will be taken elsewhere, his hometown. I understand it. Take us through. You can finish your point, of course, but just take us through what happens from this point, as you understand it.
Well, as we speak, leaders of various countries are leaving. Their motorcades have, most of them have already left the Jamhuri Stadium, obviously trying to get some catch flights out of the country. But from here on, the high-ranking officials in the government will get a chance to pay their last respects there in Dodoma, but then that's it. Residents of Dodoma will get a chance to see the casket as it goes out to the airport and then taken to Zanzibar. So Zanzibar is the next focus of attention. The residents of the island of Zanzibar, which is part of the United Republic of Tanzania, will get a chance to give their last respects tomorrow, and it is expected that President Dr. Hussein Mwinyi will give his speech tomorrow there. He was expected to do that today, but because of the tight timetable, he was unable to do that. From there, the body will be taken to Mwanza, in the northern part of the country, and then from there on Thursday, the body will make its way to Chato, his hometown, President Magufuli's hometown. And on Friday, we expect that President Magufuli will be finally laid to rest.
All right. Isaac, thank you very much for that update. Our correspondent there in Dar es Salaam, Isaac Lukando, speaking to us about the funeral service, of course, that took place today of the Tanzanian President John Magufuli. And, of course, the new president, the incoming Samia Suluhu Hassan, will be having a further discussion on that, of course, making history as the first female president. So that's the latest discussion that we will be having this afternoon.